Welcome back to Full Stack Automation with Ruby. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to automate the Xcode app build process in a bash script file. We won't be working with Ruby, and automating this flow will allow us to spend more time in Ruby, which is a good thing. Since our Full Stack Automation with Ruby repo sits outside of the Xcode app, in a real-world environment, we typically need to pull down the Git repo and do this build process here in Xcode to create a new app that we can test with. To do that, I can just select iPhone 12. It was at 3 seconds. I'm going to change it to 1 second, and we build it with this play button here. So Xcode is building. So everything looks good, and we can simply test our change right from here in 1 second. Looks good. So we have our new code. We need to now move the app into our test path. So to do that, we go to Xcode Preferences. Under Locations, there's the derived data folder. If you click on that, we are brought down to this hierarchy here where we build products, and then ultimately we find our new app built with the 1 second change. I just drag and drop right into our FStar builds and replace the old. It was 859 and now it's going to be 914. So replace. And if we look in our code, our test code is pointing to desktop FStar build FStar app right here. So that looks good. Okay, let's build our bash file. Under Features Support, we'll start a new directory and we'll call it Scripts. And inside the Scripts directory, we'll create a new file and we'll just call it build.sh. Now let's go in and make this file executable by going into the Features Support Scripts. And if we just do gmod plus x and the file name, it should be good to go. I will paste in a script that I wrote previously to automate the building of the FStar app via the command line in our script file. Line 1 is standard for any bash file. This tells our operating system that we are using bash as our command interpreter. Line 2 is just a headline text that's going to show up in our console, just kind of saying what is happening in this file. And the check variable is a UTF emoji, just a simple check mark that we'll be using to check off the different steps in the script. Okay, before we run the script, I will hide the project drawer so we have some more room. Now that we're at the root of the app, a couple ways we can run this script. We can simply type out bash and the path, or type /features support scripts, and that'll do the same thing. Before we kick off the build, I just want to bring your attention to these Finder windows that I have open. On the first one, we have the screenshots folder that we created. Looks like we have a failed screenshot in there. Our first step is going to actually clean that out so we can start clean in our new build. We also have a derived data window here, which is the derived data from Xcode. We want to wipe that out as well, so we should see that as get cleaned out as we run the script. And finally, we have the FStar builds. This is going to be our previous build. We want to remove that and replace it with the new build that we will run later on in this script. So let's have a look at that.
Removed existing failed screenshots.
Yep, well, it looks like it wiped out that screenshot for us.
Removed existing
And it got the derived data clean.
Removed existing FSA top.
And our desktop is gone.
Git pull latest main branch from FSAR mobile repository.
So yeah, step 4, we just do a quick git pull. Make sure we have all the latest code in our FSAR app. And then step 5, we're going to do a clean for the Xcode FSAR workspace. That'll generate some new files in our derived data here.
clean the current Xcode AR workspace.
Now that we have the clean workspace, we can go ahead and run this Xcode build command from the command line or bash script, and we'll generate in the iPhone simulator so we can run our tests. It's working and creating our new FSAR app that will be moved down into, I believe, the next step into our FSAR builds right here with Man. Great. So let's move this FSAR app down into our FSAR build so that our Appium test can point to it.
Move new FSAR app into the desktop FSAR builds folder.
Now in step 8, we just want to do a last sanity check and make sure our Appium server is running before we run some smoke tests in step 9.
Started the Appium server. Execute mobile Appium smoke test.
And it looks like it failed out. It was already running. So now it's on to the smoke test, which I have a failing step just so that we can regenerate a new screenshot in here for demo purposes. Yeah, it's trying to find invalid password when it says email. So cool. So we have a red test that we need to make green, and we have an easy way to get those updates instead of having to manually create a new Xcode build. So let's make sure our test is good here, invalid password, and I actually went through and removed all the say statements and the pauses so that we can just run this script right through. So we had invalid password. We can make a change to Xcode here, and we'll put in password and simply run our script. Great, looks like it passed. However, it doesn't look quite right in the view. This might be something we can catch with a tool like Appium Tools. For now, we'll just go again, leverage this script that we have, and make a quick change to make that pass. So if we open this up to here, make sure it fits, and rerun the script. Great. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.